The
Post
multiverse,
Endgame.
so that the multiverse saga for like phase
Yeah,
5.
the multiverse saga.
So yeah, I can definitely start off with my definite 5. I definitely got to give it to Loki. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all said, he's a character. He was a kind of a nuisance. You feel what I'm saying? Like he kind of was annoying. And then the Loki joint, like he kind of got to see like how much he really was like nobody. You know what I'm saying? And but it was funny that Owen Wilson said he was like he actually started the Avengers. He said you low key like started the Avengers. Like you failing, you started the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Like so I really like his acting in Loki, and you know what I'm saying? Like even that was the best Disney Plus show, Loki to me. I rewatch it all the time, and then I'm actually eager for the second season. You know what I'm saying? Like the cliffhanger at the end of the first season that had us like, oh nah, like what is going on? So I'm that's my number 5, which would be Loki. You know what I'm saying? But Tony, who's your number 5 on you after Endgame? Please don't say Chi.
Huh?
Please just don't say Shang-Chi. Nobody, please.
Nah. I'm gonna say Loki too, because he's still one of the few, mainstays from the holdovers that keep us going. And and Tom Hiddleston, like I said, I can expect good stuff from him at the minimum. I know he gonna do his thing. So he's number 5 for me also.
Torian?
This is gonna be a controversial one.
Oh God, he gonna say She-Hulk or something.
Oh hell no! She's not even in the top 20. So not even, nah. But for me, number 5 would be Ms.Marvel. That's why I said that. So that's why I said it was controversial. Now the reason why I'm saying that is because I really did enjoy the show, and I always said one of the main things I liked about the show was the family dynamic. Like it was a very grounded show. And what I liked is that the actress that they got to play her, she's really invested into this character. Like she really portrays Ms. Marvel or Kamala Khan the way that she's supposed to be. As a matter of fact, they just released a Kamala Khan Ms. Marvel comic, and she wrote the whole comic.
Dang.
Like she wrote the whole thing. She's really, and that's what I like, that they cast people who are invested into the characters, and they're not just doing this for a check. So, and you can tell that she was really invested into this. I like that they got a character that's around the age, sort of like the Tom Holland effect with Spider-Man. They got someone young to play this character. That way, if the character continues to go forward, they can play them a little bit longer. She was very charismatic. Like I was like really like pulled in, and I like that they had a very good story built up for her, leading into her going to be, in the Marvels. I like that she it was something else that I really liked about the character. They didn't make her a unbeatable person. She had to struggle. She actually had to learn her powers. She actually had to learn how to use them. It's not like she just put that bangle on and all of a sudden she knows how to do every single thing. Like she, even with that on, she still struggled and had to learn how to use it. And I was like, now by the end of her using it on this show, she's going to be a beast. And I said, if she gets that second bangle in the Marvels, she's going to be, she's probably going to be a monster. So I would have to say that I put Ms. Marvel as my number 5 post Endgame.
Okay.
I said it was going to be a controversial
one. Ms. Marvel?
Because I knew y'all was going to, oh, God.
I thought you said Captain Marvel, but Ms. Marvel, I'm
no.
not mad. Yeah, I was
like, that's what I said. I was like, as long as that's the other one, I was like, Ms. Marvel, all right, whatever. Like, yeah, I can see that. Definitely, I can see that. But what's your number 4, Tom? What's your number 4?
Number 4 is going to be Ant-Man, because he's a connector. Like he's taking the role of like Iron Man, so I guess this movie is like the connected movies to start the new sagas.
And Quantumania.
And introduce Kang, of course. Kang is here to play, so he gave us our next triple arc movies. And and Ant-Man's a cool character, man. Like Paul Rudd again. These actors taking these C-list, bombless heroes and moving them up to A status, man, and they doing a great and giving like life to these characters that you thought anybody would actually like. The dude that has powers with ants. He don't even have powers. His suit gives him the technology to communicate with ants, so he doesn't even have powers. Also, you got to take that into consideration. So, for me, And he funny as shit. You can't go wrong watching an Ant-Man movie. Literally.
No, you can't.
Literally. Paul Rudd just carries. I'm sorry. He's like a hyper carry. Like, dude's good.
Hey, shout out Ant Man. Hey, I agree with that. Like I said, he just does that motherfucking
Yeah,
job.
that's my
So,
number 4.
definitely agree with that. Troy, what's your number 4?
My number 4 would have to be the High Evolutionary.
He was hard. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
going back to again another great villain. And like I said, MCU tends to be lacking in that department, but he was a really good villain. Like he played, and I think when we was talking about that when we was on the review, like how I was saying he was so convincing as a very menacing, calculated, maniacal, mad scientist. Like he, like when he was going off on them, like when they was in the cage, I was like, dang, like they're just little animals and you going off on them. Like he was passing out.
1349.
I just seen
Yeah, like it was to the point where I'm gonna admit, like if I was on a set and this is how I had to act alongside him, I wouldn't even be acting like I was scared. I would probably be legit shitting my pants right now, like just like at that moment, because he went like that part right there. I was like, yeah, he's acting. Like he was going crazy. Because the thing is, he came off so calm at first, but then when he went off on them, I was like, where did this come from? But yeah, I really did. I liked the High Evolutionary in the show. I even liked his powers and everything because they were very aggressive. Yeah. Like it was like one of them things like you blink and you gone, like type of thing. So I really did like that. And I also like that it was that they had the final like fight between him and Rocket. I like that they did that because I said I would have felt some type of way if any of the other Guardians, like say Star-Lord, would have did it, because it's like you have no connection to him. Yeah. Let that be Rocket's, let him do it. And I like the fact that Rocket tore his face up. He went up there and he's like, I was like, damn. I said Rocket got gruesome. But yeah, I would say the High Evolutionary is my number 4.
Rocket made the blicky out of scraps. He made it, man. Yep. I agree with that. High Evolutionary. He was
number 3 High Evolutionary.
He said C13. He's like, why are you thinking?
He got into it though. Yeah, he definitely got into it. I just think Guardians of the I got the sweet. Hey, the Guardians of the Galaxy Steel bookcase is sweet, y'all.
It's sweet. Oh, it's nice. Okay, yeah. Shout out to the Steel book because the king right there.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that number 3, man. I like that number 3. Tone, what's your number 3?
Number 3 is Doctor Strange. I'm going to put Doctor Strange over there because even though it was mostly a Scarlet Witch movie, I think just Doctor Strange been another connector, like a holdover from the original, and prepping like the next wave, and and him. I thought his last movie, I thought he got to show a wide range of powers, and that's basically what I wanted to see from Doctor Strange. And I wanted to see him going to his bag because he got a bag. And he's coming back with a bigger bag. Yeah, he's still coming back. So I feel like he's about to do like some.
But he's still not the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah,
like, when is that gonna finally happen?
I think he about to finally get that title, and then he'll go off into the sunset, and we'll lose him. But for the most part,
he said we'll lose him.
Yeah, we're gonna lose him. But his special effects and like the way his character has like evolved. Again, Beardrick. Coming back, taking Doctor Strange, who's I think he's very like B-level, but he's rising them up, and making these characters that people that you think people wouldn't want to go see or be interested in, and giving them like a huge huge boost and doing great.
I agree. I definitely agree. That's Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange is definitely there because he's also involved in like the aftermath, so he counts. Right?
Yeah, his having a million reasons and shit like that. It was like, bruh,
especially Zombie Strange. Tough.
And I like, and you actually, well, I'll say mine. My number 3 because they are my number 3. My number 3 is What If characters is Thor and Doctor Strange.
Are we gonna include them?
Characters.
The series as a whole. The series
it's just after Endgame, so. Okay. I really like Thor. I like the Thor on that episode. You know what I'm saying? When he had like the little planet or whatever. I really like that. I really like all that. I think I would put What If like literally all their characters for real. I really did like what they did with those characters. They didn't really have a bad episode. I'm kind of upset that they took out the Gamora episode. It was supposed to be with Tony Stark or whatever, but they said they're gonna put it in the new season. So it's gonna go to the next season. But I had fun with What If, but I really like Doctor Strange What If. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that was the only one that was brought into like the real life kind of with at the end of Multiverse of Madness, Evil Strange or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Even the fact that it just that episode when he was just really like trying to bring her back. He was doing all these different scenarios and she was dying. I'm like, oh no, I like this version of Doctor Strange. You know what I'm saying? And I like the I like the after version, but you know what I'm saying? I'm eager to see what he gonna do after that. But that's definitely my number 3. You know what I'm saying? And as you know, before we get to number 2, we gotta give you an honorable mention. So my honorable mention is this person. I'm gonna give my honorable mention. It kind of sucks because I don't like her in the movie she was in, but I do like her. It's Yelena, Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Yeah, I liked her character. I like how the person who's playing her, you know what I'm saying? Like I really think we got to see more of her personality in the Hawkeye show, you know what I'm saying? I like how she was going back and forth with Kate Bishop, and you know, she really is about to take over that Black Widow mantle, you know what I'm saying? And to bring something new to Black Widow that, you know what I'm saying, we haven't
Thunderbolts.
Yeah, the Thunderbolts. And hopefully her and Bucky, you know what I'm saying? Bucky be like, look, I ain't Cap, you know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't waiting for Peggy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm the leader of the Thunderbolts, you know. And even the Thunderbolts, like you said, that's gonna be interesting just seeing Red Hulk and Harrison Ford. They're gonna throw him on CGI immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna be Red Hulk immediately. They're not gonna even wait on that. You know what I'm saying? Red Hulk is gonna be a president. That's how he's gonna be, just so they can have his face and all that already. But that's definitely my honorable mention.
My honorable mention, and I'm plucking them from a group, so I'm only like they're part of a group, but I'm only talking about this one person in that group, and that's Makari from
I knew you were
Eternals.
gonna say Eternals. I knew it. I knew it somehow. I knew you were gonna say that, bro.
As y'all know, I really liked that character.
I knew somebody gonna break up the Eternals.
Actually did the speedster thing right with her character, and I like the fact that I like the fact. Yeah, I like right. I like the fact that they also used a deaf actor to portray that character as well. But I just really like the sequences that she had, even though she didn't have that many scenes. But you got to admit that last scene when she was going head up with Icarus, when they was on that island, she was going in. Like she was dodging everything. Like she was like, pum, 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 pum. I was like that was probably some of the best speedster sequences I've ever seen. And I'm looking at them like, too bad the Flash can't get this right. And the Flash is like the OG speedster. So like, but I really, really, really did enjoy her character, and I said honestly, if I don't see Eternals for anything else, or the second one when it does come out, whenever it comes out, it's definitely going to be for her character again. Because honestly, I really didn't know anything about who the Eternals were. So this movie kind of gave me a little bit of insight, because it's kind of hard when you introduce some new characters and you can just kind of throw them all into one movie. Like unlike the Avengers, they had to do individual movies and then give them a team. But this one they just kind of just threw them like right up in here. But I really, really liked her character, and that would be my honorable mention.
So you have any honorable mentions before we go to 2?
Yeah, this is for you, Coons. Shang-Chi.
Oh my God!
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
If Coons was on here and Shang-Chi probably his number 1.
I'm just joking, bro.
That would have been his number 1. He would have had a whole explanation why Shang-Chi is number 1. I'm gonna clip this so he can definitely see that.
But
Shang-Chi Shan.
Definitely, my honorable mention is Adam Warlock. I'm a fan of how his whole appearance. His he about to be in the Guardians if he continues. He definitely surprised me with his introduction to his character. Definitely power scaling off the craziness. He clearly had to be fucked with. He hasn't even been born fully. He's still a baby.
He's
He's
still, yeah.
technically still a
So he's still
baby.
a child mentally.
He's still a child. He's not even an adult form. So yeah, I feel like if he's going forward, he's supposed to be like the new leader of the Guardians eventually. Um, I hope I expect to see good things from and Warlock. So looking forward to that. The space stuff keep going. Yeah, yeah, cool. Shang-Chi for you, buddy. Got you, cuz don't worry. Get your honorable mention.
To number two, man. My number two, man. As we end it down, is definitely going to be Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. You know what I'm saying? Um, man, Hawkeye was cool in the first half, but he was better in the second half to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the Hawkeye show. Kate Bishop. I mean, I'm just excited to see what she's gonna do. I'm Haley Stanfield fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now,
I always mess with you. I said you about to start the Haley Steinfeld fan club.
I can't wait to see her again. Excuse me, Mom. Sorry. But I'm just saying, like I really like how she really liked Hawkeye for who he was. You know what I'm saying? Like that really inspired her as a kid because she actually seen him do something that you know what I'm saying that it was personal to her. So when she seen it, she was like, "No, I wanted to be you." You know what I'm saying? And so to see their dynamic and their show. That got us to the holiday times. I think that was a good little holiday show. You know what I'm saying? Even the finale, everything was good. You know, even though Kingpin, I don't know, they turned him into it was like probably Mickey Mouse inside of that joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he was just like,
because you know the mouse owns Marvel, so yeah, it probably was.
I was so sick about how they just turned him all the way down. But I'm excited to see where she gonna go if they don't just scrap it, because even when you said Shang-Chi, what has he been doing for 2 years, bro?
Nobody knows.
They still at the karaoke bar.
Like they made him seem like at the end he was about to be in the mix.
About to be that dude, bro.
For checks, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, he's not even in the Marvels. You know what I'm saying? He's not even in the Marvels. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
they probably forgot about him.
That's my number two. And we go, Tone, what's your number two?
My number two is Kate Bishop. I thought she had a strong impression on the Hawkeye show. She definitely made archery fun to watch. Her and Clint Barton. Not to say that Clint Barton and Trey Ray didn't do a good job, but Kate Bishop definitely brought the fire with that. She carried that show. So definitely give her props because it was. I wasn't expecting nothing from it. When we did our preview shows, I wasn't really expecting too much from the Hawkeye series because like you just shoot arrows, blah blah. But it actually made it. It's one of the best TV shows that they have on Disney Plus. So shout out Kate Bishop and Hawkeye. That's my number two.
Hey, Torian, what's your number? What's your number two, man? We getting closer to one, so
I know.
One gonna flip.
My number two was Kane the Conqueror.
Oh,
I really did.
I had Kane, but
I really like the way that this was a character that I think a lot of people were looking forward to. I think because a lot of people weren't looking too much forward to the next Ant-Man and the Wasp movie, but they were looking forward to Kang the Conqueror. Like, let's be real here, a lot of people were looking forward to seeing his character because of how he left us hanging as He Who Remains in Loki season 1. So we was really all looking forward to seeing how he was going to do it. And of course, like I have, no issues. Like Jonathan Majors is going to act his way out of a brown paper bag no matter what. So like he like really definitely carried that role. And I think I'm just looking forward to seeing the other variants based on how the post-credit scene did. And then of course we know one of those variants, Victor Tomley, is going to be in Loki season 2. So yeah, he's the reason. Kane the Conqueror is the reason why this phase is going to going, because it's really going to circle around him. I mean, think about it. Well, whenever they do it, he has a whole movie that's called The Kang Dynasty. Like, so, and then Secret Wars is going to come after that, which I'm sure he's going to have a part in that too. So they have Loki around as long as possible.
They Loki too on like half.
Yeah, as another variant. So yeah, that's Kane the Conqueror and all his variants. Is my number two.
That part was crazy. dude they were just going crazy in the jump. I'm like, hey,
Yeah,
yeah.
They was going
like
ape shit in that jump.
all his variants. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, man. No, man. As we go to before we get to number one, man, like I said,
I
man,
can't wait to get my number one.
subscribe to Marvel's Bluntz, man. ASAP Rocky, Father Guys, Tori and Tone. You know what I'm saying? We got the Loki show is coming soon, so y'all definitely be on the way to see that. And we definitely going. Y'all know we're gonna be on. We gonna be on that because
And
we
it's
have
a Friday series too.
it's a oh,
It's a
oh
Friday series.
It's
Oh,
a
that's
Friday
cool.
series because it's
perfect.
coming on the 6th. The 6th is a Friday.
So yeah, I'll definitely be doing Sunday shows. Try to do Sunday shows for sure because I'll be off Sunday. So yeah, but subscribe to Marvel's Bluntz. But number one, Torian, your number one. Who is your number one?
Okay, my number one. Now, this character, I know we're doing MCU, but they're not I would say they're not in the MCU. I'm gonna say not in the MCU yet. And I have to put this person as number one because their movie was fire.
Who was it?
Miles Morales.
Ooh,
Definitely.
Ooh, I ain't thinking.
Across the Spider-Verse is in my top 5 movies this year, and it ain't moving out the top 5.
I can dig
Listen, one of the best sequels ever. I mean, one of the best stories ever, and not just on his character, but also with Gwen Stacy's character, you know, kicking it off. Like at first, I was wondering like what kind of movie we watching, but when they brought him in and him going to that realm with all the other different spider people and him trying to alter things so he could save his dad, and then things go crazy and all types of stuff like that. And I like one thing that I liked is that when he was going against Spider-Man 2099 and they were saying you can't do this, you can't alter what's going to happen, he was like, no, I'm going to do my own thing. I love that line because here you have this character who's always being told what direction to go. He's always being pushed in ways that he doesn't want to go. And finally he's standing on his own 2 feet and saying, I'm going to do things my own way. I don't know if that's going to work out the best for him, but that makes a good story because, you know, with how it ended, he's now in another reality that's not his own. And now he's got to figure out how to get out of there. And now he sees himself, but as the Prowler. So, yes, Miles Morales. And on top of that, that Spider-Man 2 game is coming out too. So, so I would definitely say Miles Morales is definitely my, and I can't wait to see if they'll ever do a live action version of his character, and who, if they do one, who would portray him. I have a few candidates in mind, but I don't want to say too soon. I want to see what they're going to come up with. But yeah, and I'm looking forward to the final one, which will be called Beyond the Spider-Verse. Unfortunately, because of the writer's strike, it won't be coming out next year. It probably won't be coming out to like 2025, but that's fine. I can be patient, you know. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And let's be real here, the animation in that movie is just some of the best.
That's why we need them to get paid. We get back on these shows,
right?
I
already offered up some of my checks.
Get them people some money, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I would definitely have to say Miles Morales is my number one.
They make all that money, man. Don't give the people the money. They make all that money, you know. It's crazy.
Exactly. But Tone, what's your number one? Who's
so my number one's actually tied. So 1A is Daredevil.
Same She-Hulk.
Yeah. Like I can't wait for his show to debut. I feel like it's gonna be lit.
You gonna be waiting a while because they took it off the schedule.
Well, there goes about one.
They took Daredevil off the schedule and Ironheart off the schedule.
I'm not surprised at Ironheart because she didn't have a good showing. I'm not surprised at that. I don't think she got the reception that they hoped for.
That they wanted. Yeah,
I already knew that was gonna get scrapped. I'm not gonna hold you. I knew it was gonna get scrapped. I'm shocked at Daredevil. So that brings me to my 1B. I had to agree with Torian. I like this because number 2 is kind of crazy. Number 1 is definitely Kane the Conqueror. Come on, man. I am Kane. Like, once you heard that line, shit, business just picked the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? About to get 3 movies with this dude. All his friends are out there. Like he's the Endgame boss. He's a worthy Endgame boss. So I'm excited to see Kane out there doing his thing, and I'm looking forward to Kane Dynasty. And there's this episode, so I'm kind of wondering, there's this episode on the animated Marvel's Assemble the King episode. I wonder if they'll somehow implement that with the dinosaur.
They definitely be using
You
a
know,
lot
when
of
it,
stuff.
a lot
I
of
was
stuff from that show. Yeah, like with the giant Accelerator 2 and his wife. I wonder if they're actually going through his backstory with his wife and stuff as to why he's really going through time. I'm just he got a lot of depth, so I'm excited to see them explore
Hey,
that
you
for
said something about that too, just
this
real
phase.
quick. 'Cause I was watching Spider-Man Unlimited on Disney Plus, and the first season they're
Hmm.
in is the High Evolutionary is the bad guy. They're on the
Yeah,
planet of High Evolutionary. I'm like, dog, all this was just in Guardians, so they definitely cool.
they be biting. Nom, nom,
Yeah,
nom,
no, I
nom.
man, so but no, that's a good number one. You know what I'm saying? I have some great number one. I
I'm
definitely
mad about that there though. I was looking forward to
Hmm.
that they were born
Yeah, I
again.
think they announced that
That's
last
crazy.
week.
Damn,
It was one of
so
those blink and you'll miss it type of deals.
damn.
So look, my number one, I'm gonna go ahead and just say is Moon Knight. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think Moon Knight was a solid show. You know what I'm saying? How Oscar Isaac played two people,
Yes,
and
yes.
Steve and Mark, like that was the best part of the show. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
him
Oscar
playing.
Isaac acted his ass
Oh
off.
my
He
goodness.
showed. I said if people didn't think that Oscar Isaac could act before, you need to watch Moon Knight because he played three different characters, and this person literally had like multiple personality disorder and played them so well and
Yeah,
so differently that
yeah.
you would think that it was a different person playing each person, but it was really the same actor.
Man, I totally agree. You just said all the
Hey,
reasons I said. I was like, dog, he did that. Not John. Go ahead.
I was I had Moon Knight in consideration for top 10 too. Just in general, top 10. I feel like yeah, that's strong impact, but I had my number 11. I'm in 11.
Now I'm
But
telling you,
yeah,
like I really like the whole Egyptian type thing,
yeah,
the type vibe.
the whole vibe. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Definitely Moon Knight, definitely top tier show for Disney
Yeah,
Plus. Also.
it was a really good show.
Yeah,
That was something I think that I mean people talk about it, but it's definitely
it
slept
still gets
on.
swept under the rug. Yeah,
Definitely
Yeah.
slept on. I like, you know what I'm saying, this the whole aspect of them, like when Tone was watching the show, he was saying like how they have real Egyptian gods. They had like real Egyptian
Hmm.
gods. They mentioned certain things that you would only know if you knew about Egyptian mythology and things like that. So I really like that aspect, and I'm really excited to see what they go like. Mr. Knight, I like Mr. Knight, and then like even like how he became with Conchu, you know what I'm saying? Like how he became Moon Knight. That episode was dope when he's like, "Be my Moon Knight." He just like, he just and
not
then
just Spawn, right? A little bit of Spawn. I'm thinking about him. Not just a little bit of like when he chose to become Spawn.
when he
Yeah.
just when that Moon Knight, when that cake comes out, and when he was just like, I just wish it was more action in it, but
Yeah.
but I know they wanted to push on the acting front. So no, that's my number one, man. That's my number one,
I ain't
man.
mad at it.
So we
I
got
even liked how he even liked how he transitioned into his costume, like how it just like wrapped like mummy wraps around him. I like how they did the effects of how they did that.
man,
Top tier,
top
top
tier
tier,
Marvel, man. But
and
hey,
slept on top tier.
shout out to the game, man. We just ranked the MCU characters that we rock with before and after Endgame. You dig it?